Morning, I'm Lynn and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. Okay, someone with a box just turned up and as far as I know, no one was picking up sheep today, so I'm a little confused who this is. But you know, we have so many people buying sheep, it's just like me to forget. So we'll go see who this is. So it wasn't me that was crazy. These people did buy a ram and they also bought some hay from us, and Arnie has a flip phone, so of course he can't work it properly because flip phones are very confusing, and the message was from yesterday, so we thought they were coming tomorrow, but they're coming today, so that's fine. But at least it wasn't me that was crazy. So while they're chit-chatting, I'll gather up the bottles here that are empty and get them washed, and we'll go through the barns. So I thought we'd let Kit Kat and Caboodle come out and meet the visitors while we wait for the hay truck. Come on, you guys. Come on. Okay, so we'll put them back in now. They had a little run around, got to meet the visitors. Hey, you guys, come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. So these guys have another box. Like someone said, everybody has their own ingenious handmade boxes. This one is very secure, which makes me happy. I don't like them going home in flimsy boxes. Plus it's got a roof, so if there's a problem, nobody can jump out, fly out, or whatever. I like to see a roof on the boxes that come here. And they've even got a tarp over top too, in case of weather too, so they don't get rained on. It's actually a lot of stress moving, and some sheep can be so stressed by it that they get sick afterwards. So you want to make their journey as safe as possible, and I find that if your crate is overly exposed, that's got to be terrifying for them driving down the road like that. So you want to make it feel a little cozier, so you don't stress the sheep out and he doesn't get sick in the future. But we're ready to load them, but we're going to load them after they pick up the hay so that the ram's not sitting in a box all morning. So this is Gladiator and the 4 rams that were limping a little bit the other day. We kept them in until things dry up because it's been extremely wet, as we've mentioned before. But it was Gladiator who had it the worst, and as you can see, he's eating at the trough, but he's got weight on his feet right now. So they're all on the road to recovery. We're just going to keep him in here a little longer because it is so wet and we just don't want to aggravate it. But he may be favoring it a little bit, but before he was holding it in the air, and I don't see him holding it in it at all anymore. Hi Herman, is your foot better? You don't look like you're limping. Doesn't take much to cure a scald as long as you get it right away and don't let it fester. So the truck that is going to take the hay away has just arrived. So he's just trying to get into position in the yard without hitting our truck. But these truck drivers are very good at what they do. I know I couldn't maneuver it like that. So we're selling off some of our hay because obviously we're going to have lots this year. We're going to have lots of first cut anyway, and this was first cut from last year. So when we have an oversupply, we keep it until our next hay crop comes in, and anything that we have left over we sell at a really discounted price for people who need it, so it's a win-win for everyone. So they got the trailer jackknifed in here, and Arnie's loading up the hay for them. And then it'll be catching the ram because he's out in the field. Because he was, they had picked him out ahead of time, so I didn't want to sell him by mistake to someone else. So we have to go catch him because he's out grazing. And this is how many people does it take to load a truck? Just one. So he's gonna do it 2 rows high, I believe, and 2 wide. A little late letting Monster out of the creep area this morning, so he was quite desperate to find his mom. You missed the first part, but I let him out the door here, and she was eating, and he was calling her, and he even recognized her from behind. He bumped her and turned her around, and she's like, "Oh, there you are, dear." You're such a good mom. You're such a good mom. And look at those milky lips on you. Those two are so funny. You have such a nice boy. He's really nice. He is a nice boy, isn't he? We decided to let the ewes out today, even though it's wet. Because our pastures, you either don't have enough or you have too much, but they're in some, like, see the field behind them? That was supposed to be a pasture. Now we're going to have to cut it for hay. But it's higher than their backs. And you've seen how quickly that changed. Because a few weeks ago, it was only just above my ankles. And now it's to my waist. So that needs to be cut off for hay. And we can't get out on the fields. But they're happy.
There's 100 bales of hay sitting there.
For sure. Just finished the ewe lamb coverall, and Arnie's just about got the whole trailer loaded. So this will be heading out towards Ottawa, and then we'll be going to do a ram grab. Okay, last coverall done. Lynn's chores are finished, and these guys are still working on the hay. They have to strap it all down now so it doesn't go rolling off onto the highway.
By the fall, the grain prices start going down.
But it's always like that. You pay all the high costs to get it in, and then they say, well, prices are down.
Work in the world with that kind of job. If you work for somebody else, you say, how much are you paying me before I go to work? You don't go and work for the whole day and tell them I'll give you $5.
But it shouldn't be moldy, I don't think.
No, I don't think you
we
the cores would be yellow. Like that bale I was just feeding that. The core heated up. But I see here there's no. I'm looking for this color right here.
This on?
If you see a bale,
He's turned that little bit too much. That
It'll be discolored right here. Can't get it
Yeah.
to last green.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that bale's got a felting. Yeah. Like, look at where it is. Good deal. It's right.
I'll feed that in January when it's cold,
Yeah.
and we'll clean her up.
Oh, is that right? So you're not going to feed it now?
I won't feed it now.
Okay, here they are with their ram. He's a beauty. He's out of Force. Force is one of our show rams who won in 2019. There he goes. And he's got a nice safe box.
That was another good deal.
Arnie. Just tell him to be quiet. There goes the ram. Off towards Ottawa. Okay, apparently Arnie's out here because along with farm work we also have to do yard work, and the lawnmower needed sharpening. And is it sharp now?
Half. One blade.
Oh. I thought you were going to tell me that the other blade was gone or
Actually,
it was broken down or something.
Actually, the one blade was loose.
Really?
Well, I must have didn't tighten it up. If you make them too tight, they're extremely hard to get back off.
Yeah.
So, and there's no lock nut or anything on it, so it's just basically just snugging them up, So.
Okay, so that's it for the lawnmower. Where to now?
Well, we can go and check out things.
I thought-
We're locked down for a whole week now, wet weather.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen there. So we're going to set us back quite a bit.
Stand in the hay and show him how tall that is. Go stand in the hay and show him how tall that is. Because you won't videotape.
Well,
Okay, you just have to stand there, yeah.
So this is the problem.
Arnie is 6'2". So if I stand in there, it goes way higher on me.
So you gotta light this grass here. This is orchard grass, they call it. It's actually extremely good grass.
Show it in here.
It's extremely good grass for tolerance for dry weather or dry conditions. But the trouble is, in wet conditions, it flourishes, where it goes so bad out of control. So, but it hasn't gotten the pollen yet. But you see, the heads have already started to show. So the taller that head becomes, the lower the protein levels are going to be. So the brome isn't at seed yet either. It hasn't gone to pollen yet either. The brome, this is brome.
Well, these are all the little seed heads on top of it.
Brome.
And so this one's brome.
This is brome.
This is orchard grass right here.
Yeah, and then you got, you should be able to find some, oh, this is tall fescue. Right here, tall fescue. So it's more of a grazing
you
grass.
gotta hold it still.
Sorry.
There. Tall fescue.
And
right now this is 3 feet tall.
yeah, this is
So
this
it's
is
getting stocky.
yeah. So
And see, the sheep like the leaves, but they don't like those stalks.
yeah, so
Taller it is, the coarser it is.
basically, if you took it out like this, you see. So you're looking for leaves where all the protein is, and this part here, this stalk, is basically just going to be fiber. Probably doesn't hold a lot of value. So you're looking for leaves, and you see the taller it becomes, the more it's going to start losing its protein levels.
So for cows, they might prefer that, but for sheep, they don't like that at all.
Well, if you take it off green, and you can get it to dry down or keep it in good shape, it's actually going to be pretty good feed. Yeah. So right now I'm thinking if we could cut this field tomorrow morning, it's probably going to test about 9% protein. But I'm going to guess in 10 days, It's going to test about 7% protein.
And what's the forecast for the next 2 weeks?
Rain.
That's right. So it's not coming off.
I don't. Well, we're going to make
We have a wrapper, so when we can get out there, we can cut it wet. But you can't go in the fields if the ground is wet and if there's water all over. Like, it does have to dry up a little bit, so you can drive in it. And to wrap it, some people wrap it and it actually turns to muck right in the bales.
Yeah, you don't want that.
So you do have to cut it and let it dry so that it is not sopping wet. And to do that, you need sun and you need heat.
You need a couple dry days.
And you can't even have moisture in the ground because that will leach up into the hay that you've cut. So it's tough.
Watch how wet this is. Look how wet it is. The grass is saturated.
Yeah. The ground is saturated too.
It is. Not that complaining.
Yeah, we would much rather have this than drought. Believe me. Like, poor quality hay is something you can tolerate, but no hay because it's dead. Everything is dead when you can't grow your crops. So even if we lose all our crops and stuff like that, we should be able to get some hay off. Worst case scenario, we do have some left over from last year too, but we have pasture. So at least they can graze while we have pasture.
The way you look at it is, you can curse a wet year and complain about a wet year, but you have a lot more in a wet year than you do in a dry year.
For sure.
So just tolerate it and get on with it. Oh, the sheep, it's a stampede.
There they go. One goes in, they all go in.
Yeah, that's why they call them sheep.
So because this is the lamb paddock, and like just 2 weeks ago, it was like this, like nothing. I'm like, what's around the wagon here? And it just took off like a rocket. And because there aren't that many lambs, and they don't come out basically during the day when it's hotter, even though it's not that hot, but it's humid and there's bugs. So they come out in the evenings, and they can't keep up with the amount of grass because they're still not really eating it. They don't understand it. And now that it's got little heads and it's 3 feet tall, they don't want to walk through there because there could be predators in there. And there's bugs in there they can't see. The heads are forming, so it's not appealing. So we're thinking of letting all the ewes out into this little paddock tomorrow, just to knock it down and let it regrow for the little lambs.
Did you ever tell people that I built these wagons, honey?
I'm pretty sure I did, but we can mention it again. Did you build that chair on there too?
No.
Because that could be a handy feature.
The last time I had this on the ground, remember the sheep got in this hole? Remember he was walking around with a chair on his back?
That's right.
So it's up here now.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of texels.
Yep, Arnie made these wagons many years ago.
When I was a young guy.
When you were a young guy.
In my 20s.
Like I said, many years ago.
When I was in the prime of my life. When I was extremely dumb and thought I had the whole world under control.
Okay, I'm gonna press the stop button. Is it okay?
Go ahead.
We were just going out to sort the Dorset ewes out. We're weaning the Dorsets today. And the tractor repair guy just arrived. So hopefully he can get that fixed today, in the hope that we can get back on those fields.
Yes. It's low again.
I don't know if even the fan's working correctly. Because we're not getting too much air in the dash.
So I guess the ewes just sorted themselves out right away. They came right out, so I'm gonna chase them in here. And it looks like another storm's coming. Just won't stop raining. But yeah, like I said, it's better than a drought. So we're gonna get these guys in, and we're gonna dry these girls off. Come on. There you go, girls. That was a little treat, eating the little grass. But these girls are going to dry off, and in I think just a couple of weeks now, they're going to get sheared too. And they'll all be feeling just great. Boy, are they cooperative? Are those cooperative ewes?
Got a real nice yard, eh?
But those are really nice and no effort for. So now this pen, the creep area has been removed. We have the smallest of the ram lambs in this front pen, all the ewe lambs in the back pen, and the bigger ram lambs on this one half. Are being dried off in the other barn. So it's all lambs in here now. So there'll be a bit of screaming for a few days and then they'll be okay. So thanks to observant viewers, when we moved the February ram lambs over, a ewe lamb must have jumped over into the group and we didn't notice. And she was sitting in there. So I just got her out. And we're going to head her back to the girls. Luckily, Suffolks at this age would be extremely unlikely to breed. So we're going to bring her back to the ewe group. Come on, sweetheart.
Nah.
There you go. It's okay. When they stop to pee, that's a nervous thing. She doesn't see the group over there. Go on. Go on. No. Yeah, now she thinks she belongs to this group. Because they don't like to be alone. They like to be with a group. It's hard to move a single ewe or a single sheep. Since Arnie's busy and not helping, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chase these ewe lambs out into the field so that this ewe sees them, which will lure her over here. Come on, you guys. Come on. I'll just chase a few of these guys out. Come on. Come on, you guys. Shh. Come on. Shh. Got a bunch outside. Now we'll try this again. And of course, they all went around the barn, so she can't see them anyway. We got her going. Come on, Katie, push her up. Come on, that way. Go on, that way. Go on, that way. Go on, that way. All the sheep are over there. They're just hiding behind the barn. Come on. Come on. There she goes. There we go. That's her original group. She totally had to have jumped over when we moved the ram lambs over. Thank goodness someone noticed that. She could have even gone to market. Poor girl. So it looks like he got the tractor fixed. We still have to get the air conditioning on the tractor fixed, but it can run now anyway until the fan on the air conditioner is replaced. And it's starting to thunder and rain right now. So all the sheep are sorted, and we're going to call that a day. And hopefully you'll join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.